Bill Wade. I am the artistic director and the founder of Inlet Dance Theatre.
I'm Steve Citron. I am the chairperson of Inlet Dance Theatre.
I started Inlet in 2001 using dance to further the lives of young people. I ended up in a situation after performing and touring for many years when I was in my 20s, where I was an artist in residence at an urban high school for performing arts. And then I realized that instead of using young people to further dance and to advance the art form, that the art form itself has disciplines inherent and character building attributes inherent in it that can actually further the people that are involved.
Bill is a very engaging guy. He's a lot of fun to be around. He's a lot of fun to work with. He's such a great individual. He loves people, he loves art, he loves dance, and he loves to use the art form of dance to bring the best out of people.
My motivating factor has turned to, am I able to speak about real life issues in a way that real life people can understand them? That it's not some abstract world for the educated few. You know, we're in the new millennium. If your art's not connecting to the people in your community, then who are you making it for?
Inlet's purpose is really to use dance as a means to further people, as opposed to using people to further the industry of dance.
Inlet purpose is to fill in the gap between where the community is and where the art forms can be, and get them involved, the community involved in that process. So we basically do two things, performances and education programming. So under the big umbrella of performances, we do concert performances in theaters or in schools or in college campuses. And the other thing we do is what we call special event work. So we do concert performance work in both the traditional proscenium arch theater setting, but also in non-traditional settings. The other thing we do is what we call special event work, where we're hired by a corporate client or one of the larger institutions here in town or out of town to come in and do a themed event or an opening. We do a lot of special event work. The concert work that Inlet Dance Theatre does, the dancers, first of all, are highly skilled professionals. They've been dancing professionally for many, many years. The concert work is very, very physical. We are not we're not a ballet company. We don't do the tutu thing. Our work is very physical. We get a lot of feedback from people that, oh my gosh, these are like well-trained athletes. This is not what I was thinking it was going to be. But consequently, it's very accessible. So the style of the movement in the company is very, very accessible, and people are getting excited about what they're seeing, and not just about the physicality and the accessibility about it, but topically what's going on in the choreography. We get a lot of feedback and emails or comments, you know, when you run into people later about, like, I actually understood that. This was, you know, my kids were laughing, I was laughing, and then that other piece was so serious, and it made me think of my grandparents, and so the topic of the work, again, points to real-life issues.
The feedback we get is that Inlet Dance Theatre is very audience-friendly. From someone who is a dance aficionado to someone who is potentially seeing dance for the first time, what we do as a company is appealing to all those sensibilities.
I get a lot of feedback, particularly from men who tell me after concert, well, my wife made me come to this, but I really, really liked it, I want to know more. That, to me, carries a lot of gravity.
Companies hire us to make the most out of their special events, and we add ambiance, we add elements of branding to their events, we add excitement, we add fun to an event that is supposed to be the night out in town.
Things like here at Tower City Center in Cleveland, Ohio, where we just finished doing an entire run for their holiday shows. This event that we just finished, we had some concert repertory deconstructed for strolling work around creating an aesthetic saturation of the space. We also do an entire set on the stage of our concert rep that matched directly with the theme of the event. So thematic events are very, very popular. So there's a concert work in the theater that we do, but we're also a company that handles a lot of special event work. It's a lot of fun, keeps us creative.
Education programming is huge for everything that Inlet does. We sort of divide that out into two areas, inflow and outflow, keeping with the water theme. But inflow is people coming to Inlet.
The company members of Inlet Dance Theatre teach classes And we have people that come to us for either, when they're really little, they come for creative movement classes, or they come to us because they want to take a hip-hop class, or they want to take improvisation or a modern technique class, or they want to study non-traditional partnering. And so there's, the people who are sort of the novice, but they're really excited, they want to learn something. Some of these people get very, very serious by the time that they are in high school, and they join what we now have in place called the Inlet Youth Ensemble, which has existed for a few years. And this is a group of students between the ages of 12 and 18 years old or senior in high school. These young people are training, we're taking it very seriously, and we're able to oftentimes include them in some of the concert work that we're doing, or some of the special event work that we're doing, and actually learn huge quantities of information as a young performer. The trainee program serves sort of two populations. One population is the kid like, I've just graduated from high school, I've been in the Inlet Youth Ensemble, or I heard about Inlet and I really want to go to college for either theater or for dance. We have a really good track record of people leaving the Inlet trainee program and ending up in higher caliber undergraduate college, and many of them on full ride. The Inlet trainee program is also a place where undergraduate degree people will kind of land here. They use this as a training ground. It's a tuition-based program, and they're paying to study. This is how I transfer out of my academic modality and into the real world. And what's exciting is we've had trainees in this situation who have gone on to be either an apprentice with Inlet, and those are becoming company members, or they're ending up in companies around the world like Pilobolus or Bill T. Jones. So the Inlet trainee program has already got a proven track record. Summer Dance Intensive is 6 to 6.5 weeks of pretty aggressive training. The entire camp is built around the premise of allowing people the opportunity to experience what it is like to be a professional modern dancer. And we collaboratively build an entire concert of repertory. We have a couple of opportunities during the course of the summer to do special event work, and this is how you handle those. You're working with several of the different dancers in the company who will become choreographers for the summer, and then we take all of that work, use those as teaching tools to get them ready for the annual free public performance. And so the people that study at the Summer Dance Intensive also learn this is how you share your art form. We're annually having the Summer Dance Intensive students performing for just under 2,000 people. And the learning curve that happens in front of 2,000 people is pretty large. So it's aggressive. It's every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Very strict sort of scheduling that happens, and a heck of a lot of fun and laughing that goes on. Camaraderie and ensemble building. All of the life skills that are involved in all of that is part of the Summer Dance Intensive.
Our outflow is really used as a means to reach out to the community.
I'll get a phone call and they say, can you guys come out and connect with our community?
Institutions that will partner to sort of make that bridge between dance and the missions that they're trying to engage.
Inlet has learned over the years how to effectively reach a population that may feel threatened at first, to scale the work appropriate to the population that you're serving. I think that's one of the keys, is that you're serving somebody. They're not serving you. You're using your art form to serve them and help them have aha moments. There's nothing like seeing that little face change when they get it, and then they want to learn more. That's a fantastic place to be with your art. So that's how we're able to meet effectively the various populations that we're serving as we're doing, particularly our outreach programming, our outflow. Inlet is doing something very unique.
Inlet is important in so many ways.
We are facing an education dilemma.
It's important to the people who are looking for the arts to make a difference.
In our country, we are using a model that's sending our kids strategically into the past in a time and space where current day marketplace is looking for innovators and creative thinking.
Inlet is important to the people who are students, and they tell their teachers and principals that this after-school program has meant so much to me. It needs to come back next year.
Creative thinking skills are the new commodity.
Commitment to improving the person.
Inlet's programming teaches people
improving the individual.
How to use those things in a way that they're going to be viable for the new workplace.
Improving the community.
We're using it in the context of studying an art form, but the crossover is obvious, and we're intentional about sharing that when we are teaching our curriculum.
Improving the region.
We have a young man, wildly creative. I was stunned
stopped by his father at a restaurant who said, I need to have a conversation with you. Sat me down and explained to me the dramatic change that he's seen in his son in the last year. That this kid is now completely engaged in school and has completely turned a 180 as far as his attitude towards the schooling is concerned. But that's because we were given an opportunity. Because of that access, it's unlocked some stuff in this young man. It's really quite incredible.